Good evening, faithful viewers of My Media Prime Television. It's exactly 6:30 p.m. in time for Prime News with me, Audrey ZATSA. Cried the increase in the prices of the in-house rent by landlords and landladies, especially in residential neighborhoods like Moliko, and 50,000 francs CFA to 390,000.
The tax is 250, and for C house for 250 be difficult.
There are also houses that are very expensive compared to the size. You see a room that's very small, like a corridor, and the landlord will tell you that the price is 390,000. I mean, that's too expensive.
The effect of the high house rent by caretakers and landlords is even more disadvantageous for female students who have turned to cohabit with their boyfriends in a bid to cut down expenditure.
Girls, maybe they don't have where to stay. They can go to like meet a guy because they will meet somewhere. They will need a roof over their heads. So they like go to places, they do things they are not supposed to do just because they need something.
Most of the houses tenants cry are lacking in basic amenities such as water, electricity, and good toilets.
The houses, some of them are not even well equipped, no water, no electricity, and we still get to pay this huge amount of money. A house with a price like this one I'm staying, 250,000, but it's not all the times that we have water.
Plagued with such social difficulties, tenants suggest
Government can build houses like for students, so where students can live without paying rent.
For example, let me say he can put a maximum price for landlords and a minimum price for students.
To UB, we have vast lands that they can use and hold something like a union to put all these landlords and landladies there so that they can really toe the line. If they can bring the house rents to at least 12,000, 15,000, at least it is moderate.
It should be noted that this situation of high house rent is similar in most neighborhoods in Boya and has become a cause for concern.
The scarcity of coins in Cameroon is equally becoming a cause for concern. The phenomenon, which is causing untold sufferings to the people or to Cameroonians as they need coins on a daily basis to carry on different activities, has been blamed by many on Asian corporations. Joy Ngong tells us more.
Coins are becoming quite rare in Central African countries, Cameroon inclusive, as days go by. In recent years, more complaints are being raised by traders and buyers about the scarcity of coins, especially in metropolitan cities of Cameroon. The phenomenon is causing untold suffering to the population as one needs coins for day-to-day transactions.
We are unable to sell as we don't have coins. We really struggle, but it's not easy. Since most of us are students and do business for part-time, we don't know how we will cope with the problem of coins. Movement from one place to another is a big problem. A distance of 100 francs, for example, if you have 500 francs, it's impossible to get a taxi. You must propose the regular tariff of 250 francs or even 300 francs. Even at supermarket, when there is no change, you are obliged to add something. Meanwhile, you had already programmed your budget.
Following the unprecedented shortage, the Bank of Central African States launched investigations on its possible causes earlier this year. While waiting for the outcome of the investigations, Asian investors are the principal suspects of Cameroonians.
There are rumors that Chinese people came and took away coins from the country, coins of 50 and 100 francs to sell. We hope this phenomenon stops. Life is already difficult. Having to spend more than budgeted is unbearable.
Chinese corporations own several slot machines in various gaming houses all over the country. Machines which are known to swallow coins of 25, 50 and 100 francs. The government, via the Minister of Finance, has on several occasions called these corporations to order. Coins are being sold at a valuable price of up to €6,000 per ton. reason for the massive clandestine exportation to China.
We move to the Adamawa region, where the commander of Halkomi, Jude Mofo, has promised to deal with the illegal importation of goods and has sent signals to smugglers in the Adamawa region of Cameroon. This decision was taken after custom officials caught illegal goods from Nigeria. Nora Kakebi.
Elements of the Operation Halkomi 3, Zone 3 in Gaundere recently intercepted a heavy-duty truck from Nigeria transporting illicit goods. The truck, at first sight, looks virtually empty, but after a closer look and search, custom officials found out that the heavy-duty truck was transporting a good quantity of contraband goods. The goods include parts of motorbikes, which were supposed to be assembled upon arrival, non-degradable plastic bags, phones, and dangerous drugs.
Goods which are not good for human consumption. You have plastic bags, you have drugs, very dangerous drugs, and mobile telephones.
The goods were all hidden in different parts of the truck but were later discovered after a thorough search. According to the authorities, the smugglers have become so addicted to fraudulent means of transporting illicit goods, always trying to escape custom duty. The Halkomi commander, Jude Mofo, has promised that since the smugglers have learned to fly without perching, the authorities have also learned to shoot without missing. That is to say, their eyes and ears are on the ground, making sure they get the smugglers every time they try to play smart with the authorities.
Most of these goods will be destroyed because they are goods which are not authorized to enter the country. And secondly, they are goods which are not good for human consumption. So they will be destroyed by the competent authority.
The authorities on their part are determined on putting an end to the illegal importation of goods into the country and encourage all business persons to do the right thing.
A man has been burnt alive after a soldier was killed on Saturday, 16 October 2021 in Wum, in the northwest region of the country. Investigations have been opened as calm is gradually returning in Wum after houses were burnt, rendering people homeless. We revisit this story with Charles Kebwa.
More people go homeless in Agam, Wum, Menchum division of the Northwest following the killing of a soldier Saturday, October 16, 2021 by armed men at the Wanango neighborhood. This soldier is said to be a Muslim and precisely married to a Hausa girl of that extraction, as thunderous gunshots prevailed the rest of Saturday and later part of Monday. This reporter was told alleged Muslim with swords, wielding fellows associated with soldiers on rampage, looting, set ablaze several houses. One man was burnt alive, and would appear the security forces were not on scene at the time to stop the angered population from causing the destruction. Investigations has been opened on the matter. This reporter was told this is not the first time that Hausas were going on rampage in Wum. Wum, it should be noted, was amongst the peaceful towns despite the ongoing socio-political unrest witnessed in the two Anglophone restive areas, and being a subset of conflict zone is no exception. By press time, calm is gradually returning back.
The newly admitted students into the Higher Institute of Business Management and Technology, HIPMAT in Douala, have begun receiving free career counseling and orientation sessions for the 2021-2022 academic year. Dolingonde visited the campus during one of these sessions and reports.
At the dawn of the 2021-2022 school year, a fresh intake of students at the Higher Institute of Business Management and Technology, HIPMAT Douala, are currently receiving free career counseling and orientation sessions offered them by the institution. In strict compliance to COVID-19 barrier measures, this year's edition, like others, begins with the holding of a holy mass and prayers dedicating the institution and the academic year into God's hands, as officiated by the Reverend Father Peter Mukwali. While opening the orientation exercise, the president of HIPMAT, Mr. Chilaka Jude, has briefed the students on a wide range of spectrum, including this.
Briefing them on the history of our beloved University Institute, HIPMAT Douala, and of course our mission and objective as an accredited university institute, and cautioning the students on how to conduct themselves as students studying in a university institute. We are happy to say that HIPMAT has been blessed with beautiful accommodations, accommodating our students, year 1, year 2, and year 3 students.
Talking to the Dean of Studies, Madame Gloria, the importance of this orientation exercise is being told.
So this orientation exercise today is meant to educate them on what to expect as a banking and finance student, on what to expect as an accounting student in HIPMAT, on what to expect as a project manager from HIPMAT Douala.
Affiliated and mentored by 2 great state universities, the president of HIPMAT, Mr. Chilaka Jude, while mentioning their bilateral ties, also expresses profound satisfaction.
HIPMAT is equally being mentored by 2 state universities, the University of Boya and the University of Bamenda. The University of Bamenda mentors HIPMAT for the BTech Professional Bachelor's of Technology degree program, and of course the Professional Master's degree program. The University of Boya mentors HIPMAT for the Classical degree program for all our business programs.
After being drilled by a cross-section of speakers, including a representative from the Dangote Cement Factory, amongst others, the new students say this is how far they've been transformed after today's session.
Today was a good experience because it's the first day of school and the orientation is going well. They're training us, explaining us the thing of the rules and regulation of the campus. So it's a good experience, this orientation.
It was constructive. I learned many things about project management, other courses. It was so interesting.
The exercise, which is due to run for the next couple of days, is expected to get the students abreast with the new learning environment.
Onto our health page, October 1 to 31 is commemorated yearly as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. With about 7.8 million sufferers worldwide, this month is set aside to educate people about the illness. Health reporter Bokengo Wari.
Focused on accelerating research and providing vital support all year round for breast cancer, especially in the month of October. Breast cancer
is a disease which occurs when breast cells grow at an abnormal rate or they start growing uncontrollably. The main cause of breast cancer is not well known, but yet there are some factors known as risk factors which can predispose an individual or make him more prone to having breast cancer.
Though the cause for breast cancer is yet unknown, triggers to watch out for include:
Number 1, being female. So far, research has proven that more women have been diagnosed with breast cancer than men. The second predisposing factor is having a history of breast cancer. If you've had breast cancer before, you're more prone to having breast cancer again. Another predisposing factor is when a member of your family has once had breast cancer. You're more likely to have breast cancer than an individual who has never had a history or whose family member has never had a history of breast cancer. Also, having children at a late age for the females, when you have your first child at above 30 years of age, is a risk factor. It makes you more prone to having breast cancer. Another predisposing factor is when you started menstruating quite early, that is 12 years. When you had your menarche, menarche is your first period. When you had your first period quite young, 12 years or below, you're more prone to having breast cancer.
And many more.
Some other predisposing factors to breast cancer include obesity, exposure to radiation, heavy alcohol consumption, heavy smoking, advanced aging, and also post-menopausal hormone therapy. But you must note that both men and women can have breast cancer.
With symptoms that include nipple discharge, lump in breast, change in breast in nipple color, skin dimpling, swelling of all parts of breast, the 5 years estimated survival rate for breast cancer depends largely on early diagnosis as well as healthy lifestyle.
Stay away from the risk factors. For example, try as much as possible to maintain a healthy weight. Change your diet, that is, adopt a healthier diet. The best diet is a Mediterranean diet. What's a Mediterranean diet? It's a diet in which you have more vegetables, fruits, and nuts. Also, try as much as possible to do at least 30 minutes of exercise a day. If you can't do it for all the 7 days in a week, you can try for 3 days, 4 days, or as much as you can. But minimum is 30 minutes of exercise a day. Also, reduce alcohol consumption and smoking.
According to the World Health Organization, prolonged breastfeeding, regular physical exercise, avoid excessive radiation exposure, amongst others, are some methods to help reduce the estimated 43,600 women to lose their lives this year to breast cancer.
And still talking about breast cancer, adult women of all ages are encouraged by health experts to perform self-breast exam to examine or to determine if there are breast lumps in their details with Eileen Sama.
The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, observed every year with self-examination of breast cancer and screening steps campaigns run across the world by governments, institutions, and international bodies as a combat against the deadly disease. Note here that breast cancer is a type of cancer in which the malignant cells or the cancer cells get formed in the tissues of the breast and is the most common types of cancer in women. It is relevant to state that, according to gynecologists across the world, every woman should have the essential knowledge of breast cancer and self-examination. According to medics, the process is quite simple, but these highlighted factors are worth looking for when carrying the exercise.
You start by going to the mirror, removing your clothes, and then you lift up your arms and look at yourself. You put your hands on your waist. Turn to one side, turn to the other, and let your breast hang. Always looking at your breast. What you're looking for is to see if the nipples retract, if you look at any masses bulging out, or if there is any dimpling on your breast. You start touching your neck. You're looking for lymph nodes. The upper part of your chest. Continue behind your arm and in the axillary area. And then you continue with your breast. Feel your breast down until you cover the whole breast, and then you can touch the nipple areolar area. What you're looking for is to see if there are any masses that you can feel, any dimples or anything abnormal, anything that doesn't feel like the rest of your body.
The medic advises that if any abnormalities or lumps and masses are felt, seeking a doctor's help is primordial.
If you find any abnormality, you can always go to your doctor. Remember, you can always mark any part where you feel any pain or any masses, anything that feels different than your breast.
She adds that examining both sides of the breast is key in the exercise.
And then you feel the back of your arm, the axilla area, and then you feel your breast in a circular motion from low to medium pressure, and then you repeat on the other side. So remember, if you feel anything abnormal, you can go visit your doctor.
Be reminded that amongst all known cancers, breast cancer is the most common cause of death in females, and breast cancer examination familiarizes an individual with his or her size, shape, and texture of the breast. As such, making self-examination vital to reduce down the risk.
On this health report, we close the curtains of today's Prime News. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Meanwhile, stay blessed in the company of programs on the African Eye. Bye.